comrades, it is Mikhail here. Ah, yeah. We are now going to start the 8th stage here in the Masses Travels in Arknights. Cosplayers join the battle, that's fun. Oh, look at this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, damn. That's a big ass map. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Let's, oh yeah, I got the Patricia onto E2 and yeah, I leveled up his skills, so he should be super good now. It seems his module is also very, very good because it's one of the reveals invisible enemies ones, so hell yeah. Gonna work on those. But first, Lemuan and Exusai, obviously. Those are the two important ones, so yeah. Not much else to say, let's go! Oh no. Over here, Doctor. Squeeze in a bit so this dessert cart's in front. Damn. Finally a chance to catch my breath. Thanks for going through all that. Who the fuck is that? Gap-toothed girl. You must be here for the ceremony, Senora. Well, would you like to try my ice cream? If a monster can even refuse to go clean for the shops a cup of ice cream into her hands. It's not a flavor you can get anywhere else in Toronto. I could check her out. Nobody would notice. This monster gives you this paranoid suggestion. She plops a spoonful of ice cream into her mouth without thinking about it. Well, that's really good. Can you tell me your name, kid? It's got my answer for me, Confessor. Da dee dee da. I'm called Itida. You named yourselves after the dessert cart's music? Don't be silly, customize it to sound like my name. Did you know those gods? Are you scared of this lady, Edita? Well, I've never heard a confessional speak like that before. It's the latest model. Looks like she buys that explanation. Were you helping cover for us just now, Edita? Yep, because all that around needs to change. Oh, okay. Sure. Interesting. That's what you think too, right? What, was I just imagining things? You're the first person to say my sugar-free carbonated water-flavored ice cream was tasty, Senora. Damn. Well, that explains why it's so refreshing. Mama and Tata were right. This is a rocky road I walk, but I finally found a little bit of success. Mind explaining a bit more? Desserts connect every labyrinth, but if you eat too much sugar, not only are you gonna get bad teeth, even your halo will start getting cavities. Tata's a dentist. Every time he says that, people think he's just trying to get more business for his clinic. But right now my halo kind of feels like the rotten tooth I just lost. It's making me feel not so good. I believe it's the Lord giving me a revelation. So I'm gonna practice what I preach. I'll change Toronto's eating habits and rebuild our connections with the power of sugar-free ice cream. Would you support this young citizen's dream, madam? Mind if we take a walk together? I'd like to hear more about this connection between halos and tooth decay. Okay. We should be able to avoid the guards chasing us with this kid around. You need to get in touch with Susa ASAP, Doctor. I'm trying. Hey there, leader. Sounds like you were able to loosen that comms control thingy since we're having a long distance call and all. It's not entirely a good thing, Susa. This means everything in the dreams glass is faster. Ugh, yeah, I figured as much. Fucking scooter, go away. These guys have nearly all the non-sancts are holed up in the Shrine of Nurture. They want to put on an even bigger nativity. First time around, an Armor Beast got a halo. This time they want to give everyone halos. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but this kind of change is a bit too quick and crazy. The way you explained it, leader, whatever happens in this stream will eventually become reality. What you said is what I saw, Exusi. But some people are starting to awaken. Variables in reality are making the dream skip some steps. Man, this is way too complicated for me. Just tell me, what's the worst thing that might happen? That's right, I might stop existing entirely. Phew, yeah, that is a really big deal. Well, no matter the situation, I can still find the jerk behind all of this and free everyone from fake Laterano, right? We're limited to keeping you clear-headed and free to move around. The restrictions Monster and I are under haven't been lifted yet. Monster and I are still looking into other leads. Gotta lead Laterano's troubles to a Lateran like me. Oops, gotta keep my voice down. The Grand Nativity is about to start. And it wasn't easy finding a chance to sneak in. Monster and I will keep tearing up the streets. Say, how did the two of you meet up? How did the two of us meet again? One of Source Release's Texas birthdays party. That time Penguin Logistics crashed into Longman office while cracking down on the Bloodhammer gang. Oh, was it that time I was planning on stealing a few sick old racing beasts when I ran into you on your way to buy their freedom? We definitely met in Longman, yeah. We met when we had to get away from Skullshatter. That's when we met. We met in Longman, yeah. Must have been, what, 5 years ago now? But here's to yet another beautiful partnership, leader. Likewise, Xuxiai. Damn. Everyone is in position, Reverend Patrician. Next, we will coordinate with the Shrine Patrol to clear the surrounding streets, look down on the intersections, and ensure nobody's wandering about. Gracias. Every gun I gathered together, our ammunition allocations and fire restrictions fully lifted. There's never been so big an event in the history of our order, has there? The nativity is of great importance to Laterano. The black snow on the eyes of Sammy, the hole in the sky above Lefania, even the raging tides that dash against the coast are all in alignment with the true calamity that has been prophesied. Imagine how terrifying such a disaster would be. When that time comes, 200 odd God Knights taken to the fjord would be like a child throwing stones into the sea. I fear our holy city, which has stood tall for millennia, will fade away. The Pontifical cohorts and the Tory Hall are still pursuing Lemuel and her co-conspirators. There is something else you must know. The nurturer who is guiding Mustima and Fiametta was just attacked. Would you like to go and check the scene, Reverend? No. My post is here. The time has come. All our Liberi brethren, please go to the Hall of Enlightenment. The time has come. Over here, please. Once the other races have been bestowed their halos, the matriarch shall mend the broken halos and wings of the fallen angels so that we might all regain empathy with our people. This is so fucked up, dude. It has begun, matriarch. And thank you all. You have forsaken nearly all rest since the establishment of this shrine. There have been many mishaps since the last nativity. We must advance our plans. The shrine's mission must be seen to completion as quickly as possible. To this day we have walked the same path, matriarch. This is something we realized long ago. Oh yes, there was one other thing on my mind. Today's ceremony is all about bestowing halos on the non-sancta rather than a birth. So why are you still using the name Nativity? Is there a better term for it? The nurturers lead the peoples of various races into the Hall of Enlightenment, converging towards its center. The grand procession is like a herd of migratory beasts, yet none speak a word. There is only the rhythmic tinkling of countless comfort bells. As if in response, the matriarch lifts her head toward the crowd. Henceforth, all who are sheltered by the holy city shall share one destiny entwined into a singular whole. Can this be called anything but the rebirth of Laterano? Ah! The crack of shattering glass cuts through the calming chimes of the comfort bells. A bullet from a sniper rifle. Its source is unknown, but it flies straight for the matriarch's sightless eyes. Blinding sunlight seeps in. Oh shit. She got sniped, bro. That strange couple at the door. Looks like they're deciding where to get dinner using a roulette wheel. Interesting idea, isn't it? So they're the ones who wish to adopt you. But why won't they come in and tell me that themselves? Oh, I get it. They don't want to put too much pressure on me. Now, why do you think that? Because they're pretending to fiddle with their guns while actually looking our way. Nothing ever gets past you, does it? Yes, I reached out to them before they came here. Your parents were in that caravan raid, and the notorious has been trying to arrange things with a few families for a better part of a year now, but nobody's been yet. You're the strongest child I've ever met, but you've still got a long way to go, and we can't let a kid live all by herself. I know, senor. I'm not annoyed or anything. It's just, if I'm going to accept the kindness of others, I'm going to have to be a good kid myself. It's really, really important. Well, the long and short of it, they wanted me to tell you they really like you. I also think they really... Can I have a week, no 3 days? I'll think things over. Once I make a decision, I won't go back on it. Damn, okay. Is this the one that feels right for you? Oh, small lemon. Oh, no. Oh, that's adorable. Come on, bro. So cute. Small Exusi is back too. Whoa, a sniper rifle. If it was me, I would never choose that one. No, when it's my turn in a few years, I'll pick lots and lots and lots of guns. Haha, sounds good. Well, I have to remind you that this fellow's been sitting here for a few years now. No, I've been picked. Best think it over. It's really quiet. No, what I meant was this sort of gun's different from the others. Truth be told, it's not very suited to you lively sectors. When you're on the battlefield, you won't get many chances to fire it. You'll have to make every shot count. That is how you work with a sniper, yeah? Whether you're trying to protect something or destroy it, you'll need to have a sharper eye, a sharper mind, and take on more risks and costs. Because you can pull the trigger or let it go, but you can't afford to hesitate. Today's Lemoon's birthday. Today she chooses her patron firearm, giving even more meaning to this already extremely important day to the sector. The gunsmith speaks with all seriousness. Her mother and father behind her, and all her friends are silent. Even the ever-vivacious Lemoon keeps her mouth closed like a good girl for once. Despite the silence, Lemoon knows they're all looking right at her. This is the one, Master Peg. Please guide me through selecting the other parts. Nice! You don't need to worry about it not having a chance to fire, Master Pig. You could smack people real hard with a gun this big, and my sister's super strong. Oh no. Through the spiritual light, even the darkest stain can be cleansed. With a pirate's heart, even the savage monster can wade out of the mud. Ha! Put that down, Captain. I've got you in my sights. You're unstable, I can sense it. Calm down, that thing's affecting your mind. It's evoking your disappointment in Laterano. I know you submitted your resignation before we left, but even if you're determined to return to the wilderness right now, you're still one of us. Think about the fried cheese we ate before we left, okay? Think about that flower beast hat Fiametta got you, the soft and downy one. My disappointment, Laterano. No, far from it. He showed me how Laterano can save everyone. None of us know if what you're seeing is the truth of reality or illusions and lies. Mustima will be here soon. He has a way to get that thing off you. We can start looking into its secrets afterwards, alright? There is no afterwards. It's fading away. I must hold on to it. You know it's no illusion, Lemoon. It's certainly not lies. You saw those people locked in stasis outside of time, down in the underground palace. Those who do not die yet do not live. The fuck? You heard what the Mad Saka said to his shadow. The future shall have no secrets. So you should understand. What we found is the key to time itself. What I saw was a revelation, a future where even the most savage of monsters can be saved. Your odds are running haywire, Anduin. That thing's eating away at you. If that future exists, I must find a path that leads to it. I won't let go. I need to know more. Anduin keeps his grasp on the oddly shaped staff. Light condenses into solid form and engulfs the entire cave. I have a lot of chances to pull the trigger, Lemoine thinks. But amidst the chaotic rolling waves of emotion, Lemoine finally finds the thread of rationality running through Anduin's mind. They have broken bread with one another. They have built bonds with one another. They understand one another and trusted their lives to one another. Their imperfect link was stronger than any other. In that final moment, Lemoine confirms her friend has not been swept away in that unfathomable chaos. She loosens her finger on the trigger. Damn it, look out, Lemoine! Ha! Kef, matriarch of the Shrine of Nurtury. Hit. Damn, nice. So that's her name, Kef. The rooftop wind whips wildly at the sniper's cheek. She does not blink. Her hand doesn't move in the slightest. She hears, she sees, she thinks, she judges. She doesn't have many chances to fire. She has to make every shot count. She can pull the trigger or let it go, but she can't afford to hesitate. Damn! So that's why we got a little flashback there. Cool. She remembers what Pig taught her. Nice. Before that crucial moment, she and her gun do not speak. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this, you know. Before that crucial moment, she and her gun do not speak. Oh, we do get a better screenshot. Okay, sorry. Good stuff. Lemoine the Silent. She looks through her scope once more, double checking what she sees in her sights. It is proof she pulled the trigger. Compared to the ones in the vast lands, the statues oft seen in Laterano are more incomprehensible, Cardinal. Paradise has shaped our faith so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. The souls of the living praying for survival as they traverse catastrophe and suffering. Such is the most basic phase of faith. No, there's never a door statue in Laterano. By life is faith shaped. Gun-wielding saints towering over the streets do not represent disdain for calamity or suffering. We have simply chosen to take a different mindset when confronting them. Through her scope, from far in the distance, Lemoine can finally see that the statues in the shrines, their heads bowed and their heads clasped, are facing only the pious matriarch as they pray. Kef, if she really is a horrible monster, then it's unlikely a bullet will do any real damage. But at the very least, I'll let the people in the shrine see what's so unnatural about her and create an opportunity for you. L. The rest, I leave to you. Nice, that was sick, that was sick. Oh, there's more. Senor Amos? Senor Lemoine, my location has been compromised. I'll come back you out right away. No need. The shrine patrol is already here, and the gun knights too. There are a lot of them. I'll hold down the street corner. Get yourself out of the building before they surround the place. What about you? It's too late for me. They've started firing. Looks like our deduction was right. This cannot be a place for just birthing babies. Anyway, did you take care of the target? Yes, got her in one. That's good, that's good. Haha. At least this way I managed to save a few people, stop a few things that needed to be stopped. Can't be useless forever now, can I? Well then, Vale. Go do what you need to do, Senor Lemoine. Actually, I've got a question I wanted to ask you. Funny, it's only once you can't hear it that I finally dared to ask it. And clearly the comms terminal must be keeping the line open, and so the man goes on the land chatting into the microphone. Lemoine hesitates for a moment and chooses to be silent. Was I really that useless? I never thought about it before, even though it took nearly all I had just to become a small-time investigator for the 7th Tribunal. I never got a promotion during my decade or so there. It seems us Laterans never doubt ourselves on that front. It's like we naturally have 100 million ways to keep ourselves happy and satisfied. I know someone who made sticks for lollipops. He'd take several types of paper tape and twist them together into rainbow-colored sticks. Made nearly no money out of it. He did it simply because he knew children loved them. But ever since I found out Aurelia and I have been banished out and oh my fucking god! But ever since I found out Aurelia had been banished from Laterano, and there was nothing I could do about it, I haven't been able to feel even a microsecond of satisfaction with myself. You're completely useless, Amos. That's all I could think. Like how you can never forget the taste of the very first terrible dessert you ever ate. I thought that maybe with a few more years I could use my seniority to model my way to the legacy and go on a trip to Bolivar. I couldn't save her in the name of Laterano. Not even I can forgive her for what she did. I just want to see her again and apologize for that argument we had. After so many long years of waiting, I finally get my chance, but it was all just a dream. A dream's fine too. If it's all a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. Maybe getting shot here doesn't mean anything in reality. When I was younger, I got 5th place in the Service Tribunal Noob Joiner shooting competition, you know. I even met Aurelia that day in the range. It's a shame we weren't able to save each other. Shit. She's on her way, dude. Don't give up. I'd say that at the very least, you're a great investigator, Amos. Oh, you were still on the line, Lemon. Shit. It's time to wake up. Oh, hell nah. Oh, there's more. Is the funeral complete, Anduin? It is. The Hall of Enlightenment is this way. You seem to be going the wrong way. Am I? The nativity has begun and the matriarch is waiting for you. Where are you planning to go right now? Your emotions are rather unstable. No, I've never felt more clear-headed. I'm not going the wrong way either. Eh? I asked that you accompany me to see the matriarch, Anduin. Nice. Looks like we arrived on time. Mustima met you. What, am I supposed to be like the other Liberi, pushed back into the herd by guards no matter how I protest? Or should I be really looking forward to seeing if my halo gets to be a square or a circle? Speaking of, I'm curious if they are going to mend the fallen angel halos. Mustima! Sorry, got sidetracked. You owe us an explanation, Anduin. Gathering up all the non-sanctor forcing changes on their bodies. I thought this sort of stuff only happened in those shady Colombian tech companies full of mad scientists. Is this what you meant when you said it was about the future? About a possibility for Laterano? Is this what the matriarch promised you? I have strayed from my path. That I cannot deny. Laterano wove a beautiful dream for us all. I was trapped too deep and it took too long to awaken. Still talking nonsense even now? The other guards will be here soon. Damn it, do you think we can get close to the matriarch if we use him as a hostage, Mustima? Maybe she does trust him a lot. I'd be a little worried if we left it all up to Elle. I can sense a multitude of emotions growing by the second. The number of people with empathy in this shrine is increasing. The nativity has begun. It's no use even if you subdue the matriarch right now. We must go do what we still can. I'll think of what to do about the ceremony that should not exist. But it's likely to lead a great chaos. It should buy you the time to evacuate our people. Huh? What's your plan? Why do you think we'll trust you, Anduin? Seriously, a babbling lunatic who already betrayed his friend once, saving everyone? You don't need to trust me. Pity will not save the people. I don't have that kind of power. All someone who has walked the wrong path of obsession can do is to save himself. Wait, Anduin, take this. A bomb? Elle gave it to us to draw the guards' attention. But if you really are going to stop the ceremony that shouldn't exist, like you said, you need it more than us. Anduin walks past the pair, heading straight for the depths of the shrine. His steps are slow, but Fiametta makes no move to stop him. You okay with letting him go? He's reliable when he sticks to a handful of words instead of a full-on parable. True, true. That situation's too damn weird. Not like we have any better options at the moment. There's a whole lot of people coming this way, probably chasing Anduin. Help buy him some breathing room. I'll get even with him after this is all over. Nice. Here we go. No, still? Holy fuck. This video is going to be so long. The swine's very first nursery. Once with a heart full of hope, it was here he tended to an unfortunate mother day after day. Now the child she has left has clambered up onto a comfort bell, the sparkling droplets of water onto his fleshly washed wings, refracting the lamplight, just like a dream. The other beast does not mind his caretaker's prior outburst. He calls up happily as always, inviting Anduin to play with him. Insignificant trifles and grandiose feats are but a hair's breadth from one another. You have labored for many years over this schooling journey of yours. You should not let such a meaningless difference stay your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this mother and child, there are more deeds that must be done. An insignificant nurturer, an envy-piercing shrine. The former could grit his teeth, harden his heart, and refuse the young beast's invitation, but his minor act of rebellion would do nothing to shake the foundations of the latter. I should be doing more. I must do more. But how do I shake the pillars of this shrine? How do I erase a miracle that has already occurred? The shrine of nurturing, this towering edifice, was not built in a day. It began as a simple ordinary nursery. Our nursery. Did we start with the blueprints of such an imposing shrine? No. We merely wished for a safe, comfortable room for that mother. And yet its frenzied evolution led to what it is now. That is our future, where all our saves can sprout from our faith. That was the very first nursery in the Shrine of Nurturing. This was the starting point of this grandiose building. This is where you and I placed our faith. And so, Kev, I will tear my faith apart. Andrew examines the bomb FrostyMikhail gave him closely. It has imaginatively cobbled together from all sorts of daily necessities. Its face decorated with a bright splash of graffiti. He cannot remember what the girl who made this looked like. They might have met once or twice. They might have never met at all. He can only remember Lemur recounting her deeds countless times over. I was never alone as I sought a way through this trial of thorns, was I? Without the slightest hesitation, he lights the fuse. I understand that you are no longer sad and suffering, my child. But do you not sense danger even as this room is about to explode? Or are you simply uninterested in this as well? Those lads around no longer need us to feel fear. Arabius flies down to the ground, rubbing against Andrew's trousers in confusion. If we cannot feel fondness, fear, or torment for all that life has to offer, how can we speak of revering it? Revering? Yeah, revering it. I should have asked you this, my child. But it was I who brought you here. You could even say you were born in answer to my vision. This is our penance, a lesson for both of us. Anduin bends over and cradles the armor piece into his arms. That gunshot. I'm so very glad to hear that sound of your gun this time around the moon. Oh, he did save it. Oh my fucking god. Okay, dude. And he's all bloody again. Okay. Oh my god, the music again. Fuck! Sparks bloom wildly across the nursery. A giant comfort bell clatters as it falls, its sonorous notes adding to the clamor. The explosion engulfs the room, devouring the graceful balance of light and shadow. Was this a real dream? Was this realm a dream or an obsession? Once you had a flock of brothers and sisters following behind you. They were rejected, harmed, insulted, desecrated. They named you guide and walked the long path with you. Yet here in this Laterano, where you believed equal and selfless, you forgot them, and so I ask, how should this community you long for be shaped? How should this holy city you yearn for be well built? What path is it you walk, Anduin? To what answers does it lead? If this is a dream, then I shall wake. If this is an obsession, then I shall shatter it. Let us only speak of redemption after that. Nice. The flames swallow the entire nursery. The Hypergryph flaps his wings furiously. There is no fear in his eyes, as though he is simply dancing. Yet Anduin still covers his eyes out of habit. In this final moment, Anduin hears a bell, clear as day. And we're still going! Holy fuck, dude! Come on! Huh? Are you alright, Matriarch? Ceremony has been interrupted. The entire shrine is shaking, and that explosion just now. Is an evacuation underway? Yes, there is a Liberi wearing a Pontifical Corps uniform and a fallen angel leading our people to safety. Only half of the non-sancta have successfully acquired halos. I will ask the patrol to have them reconvene right away. Like a cracking of bamboo, the explosion reverberates out of the depths of the shrine. Okay, now we can calm that down again. The good music is gone. The peal of a bell from parts unknown drowns out the chimes of the comfort bells. Chaos reigns as countless people flock to the exit. The towering edifice sways as the blast wave finally reaches the Hall of Enlightenment. Let them leave. Forcing them to stay will only harm them irreparably. The shrine is collapsing, Matriarch. No, what is collapsing is not only the shrine, but also the answer we sought with it. Gather the other nurturers, everyone must leave at once. I will have the gods escort you out. The Matriarch steps down from the dais. The wind. Amidst the chaos, she hears the sound of the wind clearly from above her head, where there should only be praying statues and spotless stained glass. Hey, 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 over here! You're not getting away with that easily. Huh? Huh? Oh, shit! Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? The matriarch lifts her head. She cannot see who is approaching her, but her voice has an infectious quality to it. Almost instinctively, she stretches out her arm. I've been hanging onto this window for 2 hours already. If you don't get off that stage, my arms are gonna fall off. Susie Eyes holds on tight to the matriarch. The wall spins, so the two of them tumble to the floor. Well, I guess we can see who the boss will be here. She's a monster, yeah. What they fall onto is not solid ground, but rather some odd softness. It's like falling into fog, yet also like falling into water. Susie senses a great force pushing her outwards, and that is definitely not just the explosion. Could this frail-looking woman really be that strong? She forces herself to open her eyes. Oh, horses, this escapismo music. Fuck yeah, good stuff. She forces herself to open her eyes. She isn't sure when it happened, but the arm she is holding onto has become jagged limbs of a beast. The matriarch's gentle face has disappeared under the water. They look at one another across the boundary between truth and lies. On her side of the line, the bell atop the Tower of Revelations rings clear as can be. So yeah, this is the dimension splitting them apart. I forgot the word. Shit. Separating them. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. That's the dimension line separating them. Yeah. I did figure you weren't as pretty as you looked early on, but my imagination never prepared me for this. Not even Ancient Forge had anything. The Ancient Forge has anything as crazy looking as you. Well, at least I don't have to worry about ripping your arm off. My friends had to bust their butts to give me this chance. So get out there already. You have no right to hide away in a dream. You have no right to hide in our Laterano. Badass. Badass. Finally. Fuck, dude. That was 35 minutes. Holy fuck. Pilgrimage. This stage is going to be so fucking long. Oh my god. Yeah, the matriarch. Here we go. Oh! Attacks 3 enemies simultaneously. Enemies within range gain a barrier proportionate to their max HP every second. No. No, no, no. We want Lemon. Hold on. There we go. I guess. Okay.
ケーキ聞いている。まずはこのコートを撃ち落とせるかやってみて。
Yeah, I couldn't take the fucking the English voice. I can't do it, bro. I'm not strong enough. Yeah. Holy shit, that was so close. Oh, I thought I changed. Oh, okay, dude.
聞いているよ。どうぞ。モンスター、私に続け。
最適な布陣を計算し終わった。準備完了。無数の心が交わるハーモニー。
聞いているよ。花に酔えり羽織り着て刀刺す女。状況は
Yeah, get that range.
どうぞ。排除。確認。
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, she's almost dead. Ah, so close. One more Lemon strike and then we're good. We need an orbital barrage. We're so close to defeating her. Oh, never mind. We're good. Boom. Lemon and Fiametta got rid of her. Good, good. Brrr. Ah. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Boom!
交渉をまずはこのコートを撃ち落とせるかやってみて。
Oh, they've all woken up now. Let's go, dude. Where you going, bro? Huh? Where you going? Dude, having these cosplayers, I guess, helping you is pretty cool. Pretty cool you can get allies in this one.
聞いているよ。どうぞ。祈りは不要です。
suck, dude. Come on. Come on.
どうぞ
There we go.
紹介
Fuck you.
確認くだらん
There we go.
私の前で
Fuck you.
瞬き
There
で
we
きる
go.
人なんている
Finally! Bell tolls. Its unending peals echo across the entire city. It rings clear and steady, guiding stray souls towards it. Legend has it that after their long and arduous journey, the saints built the tower and used the ringing of its bell to ward off the devils. Then there arose the Lateran city, its walls of purest white standing fast against the elements, while the bell in the tower fell silent for millennia. Now it cries out once more, a scant 2 years since it last did so in response to Mixed Blood Sanctus Girl's song. Cecilia, yeah? Wait, what? Ugh. Senor Nurturer, are you hurt? Don't move, it was hard enough getting you benched up. Oh, he is all bloody. Patia. There she is. Yeah, that's the bitch. You were pretty much half dead by the time we got to the shrine of nurturing. We only had time to get you and these kids searching for you out of there. Don't cry, Giselle, Romya. It was all just a nightmare. We're finally awake. A nightmare? Wounds and nightmares don't follow you to real life. Where are the other brothers and sisters? Keeping watch nearby. Guess you finally got your memories back. What? What's the hell and call you guide again? Sorry, Patia. It's clear you were just trying to wake a man who had lost his way again. Why did you abandon the Pathfinders, Anduin? We rested in the wilds for a bit after leaving Sanctiliminium Ambrosi. According to our original plan, we would have passed the Iberian border soon after, back to the land where you came from. We even made contact with the Inquisition, but then you disappeared all of a sudden. That was when the dream began for me. What do you mean? It's just an idea, one without any evidence behind it. It told me to turn away, to cast aside all my plans and return to Laterano. So you're saying you never actually met that blind lady? And you didn't go back to Laterano with her for that baby's sake, like you were enticed by something? Nugay, this is starting to sound like something a crackpot charlatan would say. I know this is hard to understand, even I don't fully get it. I'll say, there's way too much hard to understand stuff at play here. You and that's Ryan. You wanted to plop halos on everyone's heads and turn us all into freaks who can't even decide what emotions to feel. Whatever, you managed to wake yourself up in the end. If you hadn't made such a ruckus by blowing up the nativity, all of us around would probably still be dreaming. With the boundary between the two sides so blurred, his deeds in the dream should be taken into full account during adjudication. Oh yeah, the homie! Executor Federico of the Notorial Hall. I have read your file, Anduin Angelos. What a fucking name. Aga, is that your surname, Anduin? After the chaos you caused during the first Summit of Nations, the Curia banished you from Laterano. Now you returned in secret and were involved in plotting the so-called Nativity ceremony. You are partially responsible for the current turmoil troubling the city and must accept a joint investigation by the 1st, 5th, 6th and 7th tribunals. Hey, can you see he's hurt real bad? He ran to his side. Besides, I'm sure you got more important things to worry about right now. Aurelia, nice. She is here. You need a hand, Executor? Get us into the city and we'll help you fight. And you are? That... What is it, Nuera? Look over there. Our homies have arrived. Let's go. Sick, bro. Getting your patron firearm means you moved on to a new stage of life, El. Yeah, come quick, sis. We're taking a photo in front of the statue. I need to go to Longman. I need to get a proper explanation from Mustima. Let's send the mule off on her next adventure with a bang. The passage of time will bind people together regardless of what they think about it. As long as your lives intertwine at some point, you will have nothing to worry about. Safe travels home. Excuse me. She feels herself moving, but she cannot open her eyes. Her back is cut by something rough, while her mind sinks into a bottle of softness, where even the pain running throughout her body is dulled. Her thoughts flow into a boundless ocean of faith. She opens her eyes. What in the fuck is going on? That looks like a goddamn... Okay. Okay, is it just me or does this fucking thing look like a goddamn Faramod? What in the fuck is happening, bro? You've awakened, child. You are gravely wounded. Only by accompanying me will you stay lucid during the transfiguration. While it was you who caused this interruption, we will not abandon you. Much as we've learned on one another to traverse the devastation of catastrophe. The transfiguration? Do you mean that dream? I'm definitely awake though. Why do you have a halo on your head? What kind of monster are you? All scientists have halos, child. So that we could forget from whence we came, so that we could embrace our new lives and end ourselves thusly. Thankfully, the passage of thousands of years has reshaped your appearances and way of life. Perhaps you can follow those tone-bound accounts and call me Saint. Is this how the original Sanctus look? No, because they were Sarkas. What the fuck is... What is happening? I'm confused again. Of course, my flesh and spirit, both bound, have long become one with the soul beneath Laterano's white walls. What you see now is simply a snippet of code from his boundless program, a spectre bearing countless memories. Is she the law? Below Laterano, a program and code. It sounds like she's part of the law or something. Is that what she is? What the fuck? As he sees it, the path of the Sancta began with the saints, and so it should continue with the saints, who should lead you beyond calamity and into the future. I don't get a word of what you're saying. Where exactly are you taking me? It is not a question of you and I, child, but all of Laterans. Susie straightens her neck backwards. What the fuck? Is this like an old version of... Is this like an old version of Laterano? What the fuck is happening? The monster that calls herself Saint cradles Exusii. Following close behind are Sancta as well as Halo Liberi felines, and a host of creatures the likes of which she has never seen before. It is a grand procession meandering into the distance, its end far out of sight. Exusii can sense that these are no shambling husks. Their empathy has not faded. No, it's even stronger than it has ever been. The faith of the countless masses has condensed into a vast sea. They follow behind the saint to a destination clear in their minds. Not even the saint's travels road as of a sight so bizarre. Across millennia has he granted revelation to his chosen few so that they may question, analyze, and deduce, so that they may point Laterano in the right direction. But it would prove far too slow a process this time. He has never been this restless and uneasy. The master of all things has awoken. Threats snip at our heels. He must carry out his original duty, because in this calculated future there is no place for the Sancta. There is only time for him to directly impose what he has sensed on every one of us, to force the only solution he knows into being an even more cohesive community of Sancta, Laterano as it should be. Where's Gaben, bro? We need him. Listening to all of this is making my head feel like it's about to pop. Heaven's sake, all of this, he, him, his stuff. Who are you even talking about? We are on our way to meet him. The foundation of faith, the prime mover. Even the deepest nightmare pales in comparison to cruel reality, child. And with the collapse of the transfiguration, I fear his actions have been noticed. There is not much time. Perhaps he and I... No, perhaps we still have time to ensure the future of the Sancta. Can I just kill this thing? It's getting annoying now. Oh, we're back with Arturia. A march, a migration, or perhaps a pilgrimage. A grand procession of Newborn Sanctia traversing the streets of the holy city with a vigor the Sanctia have not had in centuries. How should we describe such a sight? Huh. What do you see, Aurelia? There's halos on the street lamps and the trees, the dessert carts, the confessionals. Am I hallucinating or is my scope fucked up? There is no hallucination. The Star of Nurture still exists in reality. These iridescent projections originate from it. Where the pilgrims go, the projections follow. Where they fall, even inorganic matter will sprout halos. These projections are like the form of unliving executor, redefining Sanctia in the name of the law all over. All this time we were told that whosoever stains the purity of the Sanctia shall be mercilessly cast out by the law, and now it turns out the pure Sanctia he so favors are actually street lights and trees. Ha! Can't believe I'm starting to think my fall was a good thing. If that gaggle wants to redefine Sanctia into something nobody can understand, I have half a mind to leave them be. Don't worry, Executor, there's still some of them I want to kill. I agreed to help you fight, and I'll have that fight no matter what. It seems like they really do want to remodel the entire city. If their aim is to remodel the city via those projections, then forming a mass of people is a highly inefficient method. Yet they still choose to gather together even after the dreams collapse. Perhaps spreading these projections around isn't the only thing they have. They must have found an additional method in mind. In order to use it, they must reach a common endpoint. If their aim is to turn all of Azerado on its head, then I might know where they're headed. The Basilica. I had a discussion with Pope Evangelista the 11th there once, and I was able to glimpse certain entities to realize some truths. You do not need to doubt me, Senor. I do not. Your file was signed and sealed by the Pope himself. I will bring you there, Anduin. Hold on, Federico. The whole city's gone mad and nobody knows what the hell's going on. Why should we trust you? Hey, that's my line. If what you are concerned about is who shall hold authority in this situation, considering nearly all present have violated the law to some degree, as an executor, I have the right to press you all into my temporary control. If that is the current calamity that is causing you to panic and deprive yourselves of sound judgment or action, I, Federico Giallo, am the first saint from outside the ranks of the popes. I do not believe this title has any special meaning, but if you require a reason, then there is none better. The procession will pass through here first, as they move through the shrine of Nurture to the Basilica. Kef, or rather the monster, has unusually strong empathy. Even the bell of the Tower of Revelations can do nothing about her influence towards you. Pachia, take the other Pathfinders and these Irari away from here. Go in the opposite direction. You're staying by yourself? Trust in me, my brothers and sisters. This is the path I must walk. At least change out of those clothes. You look god awful. Or do you like walking around with blood all over your robe? I don't own many outfits, and I don't know where my old cassock's gone. Here. This, you kept it all this time? Not like I took up much space. Not like it took up much backspace. I don't know. It just felt like this wasn't something I should throw away. Go on, take it. Thank you, Patia, for all these many years. However, we must try to find shelter for these children who have just escaped the dream. Arturo, you and Anduin will require special supervision. I will keep the two of you within my sight at all times. I haven't even said anything, your beatitude. Maybe we can leave the children to me. I may not be a saint or a Lateran, but I am rather experienced in looking after children. Very well, move on. They have all gathered together now. This is so epic, bro. The foundation of the Sancta's future. Do you not trust my words? Why should I? You have no reason to, true? Much as how, when we first gained the name Sancta, we could never have imagined our community would become one of the explosions and deserts after all these years. Halo, sympathy, guns, walls are pure as white. Do you believe the law innate, child? Do you believe the Sancta have always been unique in these ways? Why would I doubt it? You love it, as do I. Faithfully shaped by the experiences of countless generations, the ravages of time, and the footprints of the teeming masses, it should not, must not, be swayed again by the first of the faithful. Oh my god, it talks and talks and talks, just like that fucking annoying, stupid Seaborn in the Path of Life event. It just fucking talks about nothing all the time. Oh my god. Oh, shut up! The amount of... If this thing becomes, you know... If this thing escapes this event and we see it later, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. But once more, do the people face down the crossroads of destiny? I have no choice but to do this. We have not sown lies, my child. We have merely hidden some truths, then allowed the rest to become inspirational tales and parables of saints. These texts tell how the devil's arrival left all things desolate, and how none saw the light of the sun. But for the Sancta, they had radiance bestowed upon them by the law. Can I kill this thing now? But the angels were born from devil's child. As for this so-called bestowment, it was not but a chance encounter. Please let me kill it, for the love of fuck, please. I don't like this thing. I hate it so much. In that stage, the king sent out his warriors to seek a new beginning for their people. In that age, monsters that called the earth longed for a homeland, and so were named TCH, a race yet young. Right before the Sarkas, right? The original name of the Sarkas. In that age, Hedgemonds who could command raging flames, binding thunderbolts, wild winds, and frigid snow descended upon the land, alongside their myriad servants, here to seize the TCH's precious home. The flames they flew could melt the skulls of the Wendigos, the howling gales they summoned could shatter the wings of gargoyles. Even if vampires sucked them dry, they would be reborn from eggs of fire. Oh, that would be like... Man, maybe because I'm dead tired, but I can't get my imagination working at all. The Colossus cups the wounded Sancta in her hand, continuing onwards with resembling its steady gait. Her voice is as gentle as it was in her guise as the matriarch. And so she tells her ancient, impalpable tale like a saint who has stopped to rest her feet, taking a chance to preach to a stranger she met along the road. It's easier as no, she's not the only one hearing this story though. The winding procession follows, all while countless people pour in from every corner of the city, leaving the buildings painted iridescent, joining the ocean of faith. I shall hear the portion of the truth hidden from you, child. Once we arrive at the Basilica, the past will become clear, and all shall know it. It is then that the term Sancta shall be redefined. The king's might could not slow the decline of the TCH. His very gaze scanned the land for countless days and countless nights, before finally falling upon the ancient silver mounts. And so his warriors set forth, seeking out these never before seen argent mountains beneath the earth. With the language conferred onto them by the king, they could conquer them and command them to rout the foes of the TCH, to grant the TCH a chance to truly become those with a homeland. Blah 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 blah. Shut up. Before they left, the king took the blood of the burnt beast and anointed the head of every warrior with a crimson circle symbolizing the mission they all sheltered together. The warriors strode across the land, crossing the most barren of wastes, where not even the hardiest of plants could take root, where not even the hardiest tenacious beasts could survive. But with their twisted limbs did they aid at one another. Not even the weakest of their number would be abandoned before they breathed their last. For the king had taught them this: king shall not eat kin, kin shall aid kin. What? Suicide can barely believe what she is seeing. A scene unfolds before her in an extraordinary way, and in the next second she catches a glimpse of the amazement spreading out across the sea of faces. There is no doubt, very beyond empathy, the monster is sharing what she sees with all present. Finally, after many days and nights numbered beyond reckoning, they arrived at the edge of the great rift in the earth. And then they saw... There, floating above the floor of the valley, was a new beginning, one that should not exist in this desolate waste. That's where they get their halos and wings from, and become a new race, the Sancta. The pale, petrified forms of plants and beasts dance among mud, spinning about to some rhythm beyond keen. A string of boulders draws them along as they go, coming together to form a grand ring. The fragments of the ring pulsed faintly with light. At first they thought it was fire, but they sensed no heat, and it seemed untangible. In that age, the warriors of the TCH knew they had found the slumbering silver mounts. In that age, the warriors encircled the ring. They attempted to call out to it, to appease it, to command it, to persuade it. They cried out until they could cry out no more, their throats hoarse and bleeding, but to no avail. The ring remained silent. Okay, I guess I'll have to... Oh my god. The amount of editing I'll have to do on this fucking video. They were trapped in that wasteland with no way to move forward and no way back. Time passed until an ordinary TCH could not stand it any longer and stood up. She looked at her near-mad, emaciated companions and realized they all would die of hunger and thirst before the silver mounts awoke from their slumber. Instinct overtook her. The stone lace in her hand pierced one of her dying fellows, and she began to devour his flesh. The TCH has no fear of eating the flesh of other TCH, but it was the far chaser exiled for refusing to partake who returned with the black crown and became the first king. Since then, eating our kin has become the strictest of taboos. But at that moment, one of the warriors handpicked by the king defiled his band without the slightest hesitation. And through this act, she could live. As for whether she lived as to complete the mission they were entrusted with, that is a tale for another time. But at that time... A strange noise comes from above her head. Susie, I know all the people behind the monster lift their heads, and together with the TCH of history, they look toward the sky, welcoming that one fateful moment. And there we go with the halos. So yeah, I guess he is like an original TCH because they have 6 limbs like Saint has. So I guess she's from that time, I guess. So she's an original TCH, holy fuck. In an instant, the surfaces of the boulders within the ring begin to split and peel away, revealing a metal that glows with a crimson light. In an instant, bright halos and wings of light sprout from the backs of black bodies of each and every TCH present. It is as though they have always been there, revealed from the dust with a swipe of the hand of the creator above. The warriors did not have the time to ponder this strange change as boundless vitality poured into their exhausted frames like the surging tide. With the greatest of joys, did they touch one another and embrace one another like newborn babes. As for the TCH with the stone lance, its point still painted in blood, she looked up at that alien metal and remained silent for a while. She did not understand why it remained aloof to the words of the king. The king had imparted upon them to appease the silver mounts, yet deigned to respond the moment she ate of the kin flesh. Then comprehension dawned on her. Perhaps the metal would not respond to the king's dignified appeals, nor the pleas to smite their enemies, but rather it answered the simplest and purest of ideas, a quiet prayer for survival. Oh, I want to go eat. I'm hungry. Shut up. Was that TCH you? The Silver Mountains are in Laterano and you want to take everyone to go see them? Do you understand now, child? Before faith became faith, before the first brick of this paradise of tolerance, equality, mercy and joy was laid, this was the origin of it all. Right, the TCH, yeah. So she is an original TCH. That is the law. Return to start. Interactive simulation 26 complete. Prior emergency response mechanisms expired. No emergency response mechanism unmaterialized. Simulation result failure. Compulsory transfiguration of Laterano. Continuing operation. So the law is part of this. Oh, Gaben is here. It's that vision again. Our discussion's gone right back to square one. Ugh. Truth be told, I'd like to head upstairs and enjoy some guava juice and an ice cream cone, or at the very least take a nap on the sofa. I can barely feel my lips anymore, or my knees. How long has it been since you started acting oddly and I rushed over to find a solution? What caused the calamity to speed up so to the point you needed to throw out all your old emergency response mechanisms and instead force everyone to directly synchronize data with you? You forced Laterano to go through such radical change. In time, the spiritual light of the sanctuary will be stripped away. In time, will Laterano still be considered Laterano? The sitting Pope Gaben requests a 27th interactive simulation. Gaben has refused to help bring the transfiguration to completion. Now conferring judgment on request for interactive simulation. No, not this fucking thing again. These monsters, neither Sanctum nor the others of the Nativity can escape the influence of the Transfiguration's sudden termination. All I can do now is call everyone to my side and keep your minds steady and free of collapse ere we meet him. As for those you call monsters, they too are sanctus and the law shelters them as well. They are newly born, pious and plain. They will aid the people in sweeping away all obstacles along the path. This path will take us past the Tower of Revelations in Pegasus Ecclesia, past the Notarial Hall and Gunsmithies of Pegasus Michaelion, past the Sunset Capital of Pegasus St. Marcel, before finally arriving at the Basilica. This route, a familiar one, yes, it is the order of the street lamps, light up at night falls. As night falls on Laterano, he has laid out a most convenient path for us. And so I beg you sleep a while, child. We will have arrived once you awake, and there we shall rekindle hope for the continuation of our race. Kill it, please. I see now you have been looking for an opportunity ever since you awoke. You are still unwilling to accept it. The tales we left behind became chains that bound the generations. The texts that speak of majesty of the saints and the ugliness of the devils have been etched deep in your hearts. You will only witness my countenance to raise your gun against me. But no matter, child, you will come to understand who is named hero and who is named monster, who is named kin and who is named alienness. You shall all understand. I fell. Oh shit! That's a real nasty feeling. Yeah. Awesome, never thought there'd be a way to turn that light on. Oh, she's not even sad about it. Now she's fallen angel like Muslima. I don't know if I'm going to miss it later, but right now I'm not too bad having it off. My head's a lot clearer now that I don't have to deal with all your emotions. Clear no, child. Even though you now know my history, the history of our race, you still wish to make an enemy of me. How can you consider your mind clear? What can I say? It's clearer than ever. You say I've been trapped by those dusty old books you left behind, but they never said anything about having to listen to your ancient beatitude ideas. I've been listening to you go on and on for ages already. Thank you, Exusi. Yes. This fucking bitch has been talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Prancing on and on about stupid shit I don't give a fuck about. Shut up! Did you ever plan on asking us what we think? The good news is that the monsters chasing us have retreated. The bad news is they are joining that weird procession over there. Good thing we talked Idira into staying somewhere safe. Will Suicide be able to handle herself, Doctor? I believe in her. The procession is heading for that machine. The machine is waiting for that monster. That monster looks really familiar for some reason. No matter how much she changes herself to look like a living thing, I can tell she's just a program. The collapse of the dream must have cut off her connection with the machine, and as a program, all she can do is try to re-establish that connection to restart the dream. Passing that field of irises a minute ago, I saw halos blooming above the flowers, one after another. That's completely unprecedented. The goal of that machine and that program is more extreme than we thought. Everything organic, inorganic will be redefined as sancta. That thing's crazier than when PRTS went haywire. Can you figure out its weak points, monster? Not on my own, but can we find a way to reach Calcit's memories? Calcit should have had some understanding of that machine, right? Calcit, ever since all went down, you've been avoiding saying her name to me, Doctor. Oh my God! Spoilers! No, shut up! I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Shut up. Sorry. Any case, thanks for putting your trust in me. Okay, good. Shut up. I was so worried before we left. Never mind. At least I managed to get a decent amount out of this operation. I don't want to hear anything about Calcit or whatever the fuck is going on in later episodes. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to get spoiled. Shut the fuck up. This is about Laterano, not the main story. Shut up. That machine is special, Doctor. We tried to approach it in the past, but the more the law of Laterano was gradually redefined, the more difficult it became to try and figure out its nature. Calcit did come up with a plan, but even she admitted it was too daring. So what's the plan? It's a really crude one. She never let me do it before. But my nature does give me a talent that ordinary people lack, to some extent. Of course, we should also thank our creator's open-minded attitude towards technology exchange. Okay, this is the first time I'm trying this. Shouldn't we get Calcit here then, if she knows all this stuff? Technology exchange? Turn back a bit, Doctor. The fuck? Routing through city communication post backdoor access port. Special privileges, AMA 10. Temporary access credentials, Elcado 001 Oracle. Decoding complete. Authentication passed. I am Oracle, yes. Connecting to PCS system. Wait, what? So this is not PRTS anymore? Syncing computational radiation link. Updating permission log. If it wants to speed up the changes happening across Laterano, it'll have to remove all its underlying restrictions and break through its computational limits over and over. Which means that machine should have left itself wide open to me. It won't have the time to limit my actions. Monster! I'm trying to stop it. No, I'm not in control of the process anymore. The fuck? What? The flow of information does not come rushing in as you imagined. The clamor of computation has faded away at some point. You and Monster feel a peculiar feeling wash over the both of you. You seem to have stopped at a fork in the road. An old friend appears. Has she been walking alongside you the whole time, or is it a chance encounter? In short, you see her. Is it Calcit? The color begins to drain out of your surroundings. It is as if she time stands still. This is the stage you've built for your reunion. No fucking way! What the fuck? What is Priestess doing here? Oh, fuck this bitch. She needs to die. Can I kill her, please? Can I just fucking remove her from existence? You were the one who started all this bullshit. You killed Teresa, you fucking bitch. I'm mad now. I'm mad now. Thank you for your hard work, AMA 10. We meet again, Sergeant. Yeah, and I want to fucking kill you. Our unit has come so much sooner than I imagined, just as I had hoped. And you better hope I'm... Okay. Holy fuck, that was a lot of... Okay. That was so fucking long. Now I'm mad. Oh my god. That was not even the last stage, and we are on an hour and 15 minutes. Fuck me, dude. Okay. Oh, I didn't like that at all. I don't even know what to say. I got a lot of lore, I guess. Things have escalated beyond what I ever thought it would ever do. My voice is dying. I've been talking for so long. That was exhausting. Holy fuck. Especially listening to that stupid TCAS bitch. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below, I guess. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm gonna have a hard time editing this video because of all that shit. Okay. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more from me, comments, please do subscribe. I'll continue with more Bloodlines 2 as well, because it seems people enjoyed it. So when I'm done with this event, I'll continue with more Bloodlines 2. So for now, it'll have to wait until I'm done with this, because this takes up so much goddamn time. But yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw here and you want to see more, please do subscribe. As I said, as always, I very much appreciate comments. I'll see you tomorrow for another long ass video. I think the last stages will be long as hell. That'll be it for this time though. Have a good one as always, comrades. Das vidania.